Could Achane be the Chiefs' secret weapon? Dolphins trade rumors heat up after cryptic post. What the Miami Dolphins are on the verge of making a move that could reshape two franchises? What their most dynamic young playmaker, a player who's been lighting up the stat sheet despite a 1-3 start, is already halfway out the door? And what if that destination is none other than Kansas City, where Patrick Mahomes is waiting for a new weapon to ignite a struggling offense? Achane's recent Instagram post wasn't just a random thought. It was a message. And if the Dolphins don't act fast, they might lose him to a Chiefs team that's desperate for a spark before the November 4 trade deadline. So, here's the question burning in every fan's mind. Is Achane's time in Miami already over? And could he be the missing piece to another Chiefs Super Bowl run? The post that shook Dolphins Nation. Let's start with the moment that set social media on fire. After another frustrating loss in a 1-3 season, Achane took to Instagram with a cryptic message. One week they love me, the next week they hate me, but both weeks I got paid. At first glance, it's a jab at the roller coaster of fan reactions. But dig deeper, and it feels like something more, a sign of discontent. A young player, stuck in a losing situation, watching the team crumble around him, and wondering if his talents are being wasted. This isn't just a throwaway line. It's a window into Achane's mindset. And when a player starts sounding detached like this, it's often the first step toward departure. The Dolphins' dilemma, a season slipping away now. Let's look at the bigger picture in Miami. The Dolphins are struggling. A 1-3 record is bad enough. But the context makes it worse. Tyreek Hill is out for the season with a devastating knee injury. The offense has lost its engine. The defense is a sieve, giving up nearly 30 points per game. The pressure is mounting on GM Chris Greer and head coach Mike McDaniel to turn things around, or at least show a plan for the future. Achane, despite the team's struggles, has been a bright spot. Through 4 games, he's racked up 246 rushing yards on 50 carries, a solid 4.9 yard per attempt, with a touchdown plus 143 receiving yards and 2 more scores on 19 catches. At just 23 years old, with a 4.32 40-yard dash, he's a dual-threat weapon who can change games in an instant. But here's the problem. He's not the focal point in Miami. Raheem Mostert is still the RB1, and Achane's touches are limited. For a team that's going nowhere fast, why not turn a valuable asset into draft capital to rebuild for the future? Why the Chiefs are the perfect fit now? Let's shift to Kansas City. The Chiefs are not the juggernaut we're used to seeing. Their offense, even with Mahomes at the helm, lacks balance. Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy are promising, but the running game, it's lacking. Isaiah Pacheco is a grinder, but he's not a game breaker. He's not the kind of back who can turn a short pass into a 60-yard touchdown. Enter Achane. Andy Reid's system is tailor-made for a player like Achane. Think back to the days of Jamal Charles. Speed, versatility, and the ability to score from anywhere on the field. Achane brings all of that. Explosive speed to stretch defenses, pass-catching ability to exploit mismatches, youth and durability to grow with the team. Pair him with Mahomes, and suddenly, the Chiefs' offense isn't just good, it's terrifying. Defenses would have to account for Achane on every play, opening up the field for Travis Kelce and the receivers. It's the kind of move that could turn a struggling season into another Super Bowl run. What would the trade cost? Achane isn't a free agent. He's still on his rookie contract, with 2 years left at bargain basement prices. $1.2 million this year, $1.4 million next. That makes him incredibly valuable, both to Miami and to any team looking to acquire him. A realistic trade package might look like this. A 2025 third-round pick from the Chiefs. They've got the capital to spare. A conditional 2026 pick, perhaps a fifth that upgrades to a fourth if Achane hits certain performance benchmarks. For Miami, that's a solid return for a player who's not even the primary back. It's the kind of deal that lets them address their glaring defensive holes or stockpile picks for a future draft. For Kansas City, it's a steal. A player of Achane's caliber for a mid-round pick? That's the kind of low-risk, high-reward move that keeps dynasties alive. The Dolphins' perspective. Why trade him now? I know what Dolphins fans are thinking. Why trade a young star like Achane? He's the future. But let's be honest. The Dolphins aren't one player away from contending. They're a mess. The defense can't stop anyone. The offense is gutted without Tyreek Hill. And the coaching staff is under immense pressure to show results. Trading Achane isn't about giving up on talent. It's about maximizing value. His stock might never be higher than it is right now. Coming off a strong start of the season, still on a cheap contract, and with teams like the Chiefs drooling over his potential. If Miami can turn him into picks that help rebuild the roster, isn't that the smarter long-term play? The Chiefs' urgency, a dynasty at a crossroads on the flip side. The Chiefs need this. Their window with Mahomes isn't infinite. Every year without a Super Bowl is a wasted opportunity. And right now, their offense lacks the punch it needs to dominate the AFC. Achane isn't just a nice-to-have. He's a must-have, a player who can take pressure off Mahomes, keep defenses honest, and add a dimension they've been missing since the days of Charles. If Brett Veach doesn't make a move like this before November 4th, he's not doing his job. The verdict: this trade could change everything. Here's where I stand. This trade makes too much sense not to happen. For the Dolphins, it's a chance to pivot, to turn a talented but underutilized player into assets that address their real needs. For the Chiefs, it's a chance to reload, to give Mahomes a weapon he needs to keep Kansas City on top. And for Achane, it's a chance to shine, to go from a timeshare in Miami to a starring role in one of the most innovative offenses in football. So, Chris Greer, make the call. Brett Veach, get it done. Because if this deal falls through, both teams might look back and wonder what could have been. What do you think? So, Dolphins fans, I've got to know, would you trade Achane for a third-round pick and a conditional future pick? Or do you believe he's untouchable? And Chiefs fans, is Achane the spark your offense needs to get back to the Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're as hyped about this potential blockbuster as I am, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because the trade deadline is just around the corner, and things are about to get wild. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next.